Vitamin D3. You hear me talking about a lot vitamin D lately. My name is Cody Michael. I work in the raw material business and I roam the world looking for the best raw material to develop products for holistic doctors. Vitamin D3 in liquid form is essential. Under the tongue, it doesn't require any digestive competent or any cofactors for the absorption. Also, vitamin D3, when it's an extra virgin organic olive oil with MCT oil and natural fat, it is the right environment for natural vitamin D to be absorbed because it's fat soluble. So if you don't have food at the moment you need to take it, you can take it without even food, like this one here. Also, this one contains vitamin K2, which is extracted from fermented soy from Japan, MK47, it's called MK full spectrum, MK7 full spectrum, which tells vitamin D3 to deposit calcium into the bones and out of the blood. Because Dr. Joel Kahn, who's an integrated medicine cardiologist on PBS in the United States, says that he found 40% of his patients have what you call a silent killer, a calcium deposit around the heart tissues. And he relates that to so many people using synthetic vitamin D3. That's why vitamin D3 like this you don't find at big block retailers, you find at holistic doctors or at lookandvibrant.com. And if you read the fact sheet, it's from lanolin, which is the best vitamin D3, identical to the sun, extracted from the wool of the sheep from Australia. There are two other sources are good also, chaga and lecithin. So using the right vitamin D3 and the right vitamin K2 is essential, but the ratio, 5,000 of vitamin D3 for every 5,000 vitamin D3 or IU, you need 80 microgram of K2 in order to tell vitamin D to deposit calcium into the bones and out of the blood. If you don't have that ratio, it doesn't work. Also, vitamin D3 stretches between the two ends of the cells. That's why you need natural vitamin C like lanolin, extracted from the wool of the sheep from Australia, that cost over $3,000 per kilo. That's why you don't find these at big block retailer at $20. This is $119 sold at big block at the holistic doctors or on lookandvibrant.com, but it's 6 months supply. And by the way, this company, they added vitamin K2. They added 120 microgram for every 2,500 unit of vitamin D3, which is more than double the amount recommended by the research in order to make vitamin D3 deposit calcium into the blood, into the bones, and not to the blood. So vitamin D is so essential for life, you have to have it minimum at 50, not at 30, as the US recommend, FDA. Remember, in Indonesia, there was a research shows that people who had vitamin D3 level above 50, 98% survived coronavirus and they did not die. So the level of 30 that recommended in the United States is too low. And actually 70% of Americans, they don't even meet the 30 level of vitamin D3 they're supposed to meet according to the RDA. But actually holistic doctors, they want to see your vitamin D level at least at 50, and many of them like to see it at 60 and 70. Remember, this video for informational purpose only. Health is wealth. Dr. Russell Jeffrey says when they do any type of protocol intervention for his patients or at his clinic, he said nothing works correctly unless your vitamin D3 level above 50. So make sure your vitamin D is the right vitamin D, the right ratio, the right raw material, and invest in your health. Something like this can be amazing for your health. Vitamin D3 also showing the higher your vitamin D3, according to research from Columbia University, the longer your telomeres supported by vitamin D3. We remember also vitamin D3 can cause a serious harm for your body if it goes below 15. And I'm sorry to say that many of us maybe at the level of 15 or 20, because these days People don't want to be out in the sun. They don't want to get burned, or most of the year they're indoors because they live in a cold region like Midwest in the United States. Remember, health is wealth. When you are healthy, you can roam the world and love to live and dream and explore. But when you are sick, you only want one thing. Health is wealth. Cheers to your health. Okay, look how beautiful this day. Can you enjoy anything in life without having a good health? Look at this. The pool stretches all the way to the edge of the ocean right there. You can see downstairs right there, that's the ocean, and that's where we are. You know, where are you today? Where are you today?